Welcome back to another episode of All Fin, where it seems like things just keep going right for the Dolphins. We got a finale, Alejandro, ready to toss
Uncle
it.
Rico.
And Uncle Rico. Shout out Uncle Rico. And my dog Martin. Martin, what's up? It's week 10 and you've only worn Dolphin gear 1 week out of the season. What's going on?
Hey, I feel kind of comfy, man. I'm good. I don't need a Dolphins. It's a bye week, man. Give me a break. Maybe by week 14 you'll have a Dolphins jersey on me.
Gotcha. All right, guys, we're coming off the bye week, but like I mentioned, everything's going right for us. We got big teams losing in our division, big teams losing in the conference. Let's start off with the biggest game that we just saw. We got Bills, and who did the Bills just lose to, guys?
Fuck you, Bills Mafia. Pieces of
This guy.
shits.
All right, this guy. Let's
I
leave
hate
that.
them.
Let them be. Let them be. They just fired Ken Dorsey, so let's see what happens there.
Yeah, he's
But
the
yeah,
problem, right? It's him.
Yeah,
Hey,
Fuck outta here.
it's a portion, and it has to be a portion of the blame to him. You're not gonna blame your quarterback right away. You know, you got to
It
see
is him.
what gets fixed, bro. He is an elite quarterback. It happens. He's getting his groove still. Obviously, Ken Dorsey should have been fired probably last year, so I'm not really mad about that. They lost to the Broncos, which also beat the Chiefs, and they've had 8 turnovers in 2 games for the defensive side. So they're playing
the
a lot
Broncos
better
also
than
lost to the Dolphins 70 to
they're
20,
playing
buddy.
a lot better in the last couple weeks. Yeah.
So that was one of the teams that we had lose. Another big loss for us in the conference was the Baltimore Ravens, losing to the Cleveland Browns. Close game, crazy game at the end. What do you guys think
No,
of that one?
that was insane. I literally sent a text like after they scored their second touchdown. I was like, bro, the Ravens are the best team in the NFL. And then
Yeah.
look at that. I should do that every week. This Sunday, right at the game, right next to you, Ralph. I'm gonna send you. Hey, the Raiders are the best team in the NFL. Let's just see how it goes.
People have slept on the Browns, like I said, because they've were 4-3 without Deshaun Watson playing for like 4 weeks. Like
Yep.
they've been that defense is elite. It's probably like top 3 in the league, and then that offense run game is good. When they have a passing attack, I think sky's the limit for that division. I think they can win the division if Deshaun Watson stays healthy throughout the rest of the year. I truly do.
And what's crazy,
I'm glad.
I think this was one of the first games where you saw Deshaun Watson, because in the first half it was really rough, but the
Mhm.
second half he really found his rhythm, and I think he went like 13 for 14, and he led some fucking big drives, man. And
People,
also
people,
defense came up clutch, pick
pe-
six.
people keep forgetting how good he was, man. That's not gonna go away just like that. He was out of football for 18 months or something like that. That was a lot of time. He was rusty, and I get it. You can't. How long does the rust last? But ultimately, you're seeing glimpses of it, little by little, and that team together, like if it gels, and right, we're week 10, week 11.
Yep.
They still got 7-8 weeks left. They could change things around.
I like that you mentioned the Browns there, and you gave them like a good hype because they had a winning record without basically their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
You could tell it's a good football team. They got a good D line, they got a good offensive line. They got young corners, but they're coming alive now. So another big.
I wish
big
this guy
game
would talk about the Dolphins like that. Like, never, ever. He's hyped about every other fucking team, but like when we get to the Dolphins, run the fucking ball. Like,
Yeah,
what are you doing?
it's
Because
true. It's
you have
true.
to evaluate them differently. I
We
watched
are
the
6 and
Dolphins.
3 on top of the ASC. I don't think I've heard you say a good thing. The Dolphins are fucking good. They're a good team. They beat certain
Martin,
teams. They're
put on
elite.
the
Like,
spot.
when does that shit happen?
I
No.
don't think I'm more critical on a team that I've had to watch for 20 years do nothing, and I'm not gonna just be like, hey, they're 6 and
Do
3. What a
nothing?
great team. Hey, hold up. Well,
Do nothing.
do you know what our record was the same time last year?
Probably
You know
the
what I
same,
reckon?
6 and 3.
The exact same record. And what did we end up doing? Shitting the bed, and we barely made the playoffs.
Limped
So
into the
let's
playoffs.
let's
Poor
relax.
quarterback.
Let's relax.
There's a lot of different circumstances.
Yeah, there was
Like,
a lot of
please.
situations there. Yeah.
Listen,
But
you could. I'm done with that take that that the Dolphins have only beat shitty teams and this and that, because
But I'm
we
not even
see the
saying
shitty
that.
teams that we're
saying
whooping their fucking asses,
Yes,
and
sir.
they're losing to the fucking to the elite teams that we keep losing to. So
I just
get the fuck out of here with that.
all
take
I have
already.
to say is that why am I gonna just say, oh, they're 6 and 3, they're not Super Bowl contenders, not playoff teams.
Do you know what you just did to the Browns? Look. This is what you did to the Browns. Look.
They have listen. What you
I
just
haven't heard you say anything like that for the Dolphins in 10 episodes.
Deshaun
Let's move
Watson.
on.
Deshaun Watson hasn't been there, and they had a
Oh no,
winning
and
record.
it's Deshaun, so I had to do this instead.
This.
Well, Martin, you're not gonna get a happy ending on this one, but we're gonna move on. There was another big
Wow.
game.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
That was solid. That was solid.
There's another big game for us. I can't even think right now because that was just great.
The Jets game was another good one.
The, Jet, the, Jet,
The Jets game
the
Yes.
was a big one.
Jets, the
Yes.
Jets lost. Let's
To
hear
the
it for that
Raiders.
one, guys.
Yeah, that Jets
I
offense.
wanted
Seeing
to
it
see
in
that one.
person, Jets offense, and seeing it in person was horrible. And then see it versus the Raiders, it was so bad to watch. I don't know how much better that offense could get under Zach Wilson. I don't think he's
Mhm.
horrible. I really don't think so. I just don't think they use the running backs as well. Like they really they need something to spark that offense. And obviously, just letting this guy drop back and throw is not the answer. If they don't have a balanced attack, I don't see them being any good. And they need it because if Rodgers could come back in 2 or 3 weeks and they're maybe 500, they still have a chance. If they play the way they're playing, God knows what the hell's gonna happen.
Why do you still think that Rodgers is coming back? You still have that in your head, and it's been like months.
What, bro? I think yeah. If he says he's doing better and he's showing you things that he's like capable of in a few weeks, just with that potential of what he's done so far, anything's possible, man. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I'm just saying the possibility. I would love to see him play Black Friday versus us. That would be a great game to watch. Do I want them to win? No, but I would love to see Rodgers. It's good for football, man. I'm a fan. I want to see him play.
You know what I fucking hate about Martin for
Oh
real?
my god.
This has become more of a hate, like more of anything. Like
Yeah,
the first thing
I
we
look
heard
at
him say, the first thing we heard him say in that statement was, "Zach Wilson's not bad. He's
I don't
not."
think he's horrible. I don't think he's
No,
horrible.
no, no,
I
no, no.
don't.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
bro,
I've heard
bro.
you shit on Tua
bro.
for years. For years, bro. And this
I
guy
don't.
sucks. Zach Wilson sucks. And you're like,
Your
"All right,
quarterback's
not
supposed
bad."
to throw the ball, Martin.
Right.
No, yeah, I
That
agree.
guy, he sucks, bro. He misses breeds. He makes bad throws. Like, no, bro, no. That guy does not have anything close to it at all.
I wanted to save that game for last because we have the Raiders this week, but I'm gonna move on. We had another big game for us happen where the Jacksonville Jaguars lost to the San Francisco 49ers. They're also a division leader. So what's your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think it'll make a
The
big impact down the line?
Jaguars
They
are
must be
frauds.
frauds too. They must be
Jaguars are
frauds, yeah.
fraud. Jaguars are frauds.
I'm glad to hear it because we can't be the only team losing to teams like 49ers, Eagles, and get called frauds. It's just
Nah.
insane. And then you got no, bro, it is. Come on, think about it. Because then you got the Chiefs, then you got what I forgot who just lost it. The Bills losing to the Broncos, and we just killed the Broncos. It's a any given Sunday type of thing, bro. Come on.
No, I'm not
We had
disagreeing
one.
with you.
No,
on that.
and you know what's the best part about the Bills that lost yesterday? They play
Yeah.
the Eagles on the road. They play the Chiefs on the road. They got to
Yeah,
still
they
face
have
the
a
Cowboys.
tough
They
schedule.
have a murderous end to their schedule. For
Yep.
sure, they're going to drop one, maybe other two. As long as the Dolphins don't fuck up any of the easy games they should win and at
Mhm.
least win at least two. You can go 1-2 to end the season. Obviously, we don't want to see that because our last 3 games are against the competitive teams. But if you can just take care of business, man, you're going to take the AFC East easy. Easy.
I want to talk about well, Martin, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You didn't get to speak about another team in the NFL that wasn't the Dolphins.
No, I don't think it's gonna be easy runaway. I don't think so. I feel like we'll do good the rest of the way, but those 3 tough games at the end of the season, that's gonna be a tall order, no matter how you name it. Ravens, Cowboys, Bills. Those are 3 games that are already toss ups. Like not even being there yet. Like we're not even there. It's not easy games. Ravens on the road, Dallas at home,
Mhm.
and then Bills at home. Again, 1-2, 2-1 will be great. But it can go either way.
Bold take of episode 10. That last game of the season is going to be a rest week for the Dolphins.
Oh, I hope so, man.
I said it.
Well, it might not be because everybody else. If you want to win the division, I mean the conference, maybe it's not. If you have any hopes of that, you hopefully you're fighting for the Chiefs for the number 1 seed. Hopefully, but
I already
I
said
don't see it that
the
way.
But
biggest.
they have the tiebreaker already, so it's going to be tough.
I already said the biggest game left for the Dolphins is going to be the Ravens game. Obviously, Buffalo's sliding right now. Maybe that game doesn't mean anything. Hopefully, it is a rest week, but that could mean seeding for us, depending on how the rest of the season goes. Going into Baltimore, that might be a big win that we might need to get. I want to talk about one more game. It doesn't have a lot of impact, but they're still in our conference. Good team. Obviously, the Ravens are ahead of them, but the Bengals lost as well, which helps us out if we do lose down the line. They just lost to the Texans. Man, what do you guys think about the Texans? How they're doing? How do you what do you think about CJ Stroud?
I can't talk good about a quarterback, so go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, you can,
No,
but don't tell me the guy that sucks dick is he's all right. There's potential there. Like no,
I
that
don't
guy's
think
fucking.
he's. I
Yeah,
don't
that
think he's.
was
CJ
bad. That was
Stroud
bad.
has insane playmaking ability. The guy has an arm. He finds the open players, and he has the presence as of now. From what we've seen, well, he does have
Mhm.
a solid offensive line. You know, you got our boy Laramie Tunzel still there, holding down the left side, and those young receivers are stepping up big time. And look, they lost. They had Nico Collins out, and Noah Brown fucking comes out again and
Yep.
shows out in a game that Nico misses. It's like it's insane. The Texans. I don't want to say. I mean, in a couple years, you never know, but they look nice, man. There's a lot of potential there.
Martin, let it all out. This is the last time we're gonna talk about a team that's not the Dolphins. Let's
No,
go.
I think CJ Stroud is really impressing a lot of people, and no one thought that he would be better. Again, I don't watch college football. I'm not a fan of it. Nobody thought coming into the season that he was going to be better than Bryce Young and so quick.
Yeah.
It is still the first season. We're only 10 games into the season, so things could change. But as of right now, he's one of the top the front runners for MVP. I guess after all these numbers he's put up, do I think it's going to end the season that way? Do I think he'll be MVP? No. But do I feel like they have a lot to build off? Yeah, easily. D'Amico Ryan's first year, defense is playing well. Offense it looks legit. So if he can lead them, they could. I think they could easily beat the Jaguars in that division the way they're playing. If they hold it up, they just don't. They don't have a run game. Singletary looked better this week compared to what we saw with Antonio Pierce or whatever. I forgot this
Damian
guy's name,
Pierce.
Damian Pierce, whatever.
Damian Pierce, yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to play them, but we don't play them this year, so who cares?
Well, we got that out the way. We're gonna go back into talking about the Dolphins because this is all Finn, and I'm gonna say it where we go all in on the Dolphins. All right. We're gonna get into the Raiders game. The Raiders are hot right now. They just beat the Jets. They got a new, interim head coach right now, Antonio Pierce, because you mentioned them earlier. What do you guys think coming into this game? What are the keys to victory here?
If you stop the run, you'll be okay. This team is nothing. I'm not worried about Devontae Adams with O'Connor or O'Donnell or whatever his name is, the rookie. I'm not really worried about their pass game. If we can stop the run, that's really what's gonna. Their defense and run game is really Max Crosby is somebody you're gonna worry about, especially Armstead. You're hoping that your best guy can block Crosby, but I don't think anybody can. Crosby's
Mhm.
just one of those
I
game
think
changing
he's on
players.
the left side. No, wouldn't he face Austin Jackson? I mean, he
Mm,
does kind of rush from all the
yeah,
sides, so
but
Yeah.
everybody's
yeah,
gonna get a little feel of him.
run game and Crosby. Those are the two things you have to worry about this game. I'm not really worried about Adams. If they had a better quarterback, if they had something a little better, then maybe. But yeah, no, I'm not really worried.
It's just it's not a worrisome game, but
No,
it
no, the
could
run game can be.
potentially be a fucking trap game because, like Ralph mentioned, they got a new coach. This team is highly motivated right now. They're playing with like a fuck it attitude, and they're trying to punch you in the mouth. And as we know, the Dolphins do tend to struggle versus those power teams because we're more of like style and shit has to be like in perfect rhythm to get things going. But I don't think this game's going to be a struggle. The key to victory, I think, this week is going to be getting off to a early start. We can't
Mhm.
struggle that first quarter, not score points. Put the pressure on the rookie quarterback. Take away the run game. Because if you go up early, easy 10, 14 points, you're already eliminating Josh Jacobs from getting those handoffs and potentially seeing what the run game can do to us. I think getting off to a big start and just being able to pin your ears back and attack the quarterback, get that rookie uncomfortable, I think it should be a cakewalk. At least a win by 10.
I like that you said attack the quarterback. I think there's a big game for the defense. The offense is obviously going to show out. Defense, I think, needs to lock it down, not allow any points. I think they needed to have a shutout, especially being at home. But let's move on. Who do you think is going to be the standout player for you guys in this game? Let's start with you, Alejandro.
I'm going with my DBs. I'm gonna go. Both X and Ramsey have an interception this week. I think the boys are gonna show out. Back at home, excited off the bye week. We're getting healthy. Gonna be a lot of pressure in this rookie's face. That kid's gonna throw up. I mean, he doesn't look. I mean, he at least has an arm to make some big throws, but at the end of the day, still a rookie. Still hasn't seen a lot of defenses thrown at him. Vic's gonna fucking rattle this kid early. I expect 2 interceptions by both of our big time DBs.
The biggest thing for me is going to be the tackles. If the tackles can contain Crosby somehow, some way, it's not really done every week. That guy really is a game wrecker. If Armstead and Jackson can hold their own, I think we should be good. And I don't think it'll change the whole outlook of the game. If we're getting pressure from those from those ends, then we're not going to see the same Tua. Because as you show, when we gets pressure, and especially a guy like Crosby gets to you, he's gonna make it known that he's gonna be back. It's not gonna be the first or the last time he's gonna be there. He gets there once, he'll get there again. So if we can contain that, I think we'll be fine. I think we should get this running game going, get HN hopefully back on the field, ease him in, and we'll be fine. Ultimately, this is gonna be like one of those 14 point games, something like that. I'm not really worried about being close.
I'm gonna say the standout for this game is gonna be Javon Holland. Javon
Oh,
Holland, we haven't really
I
seen
know.
much of it.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
get it.
now's a chance.
PFF still has him rated as like the #1 safety. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro, where? Because other than
that's
Denver, I don't know what the fuck he's done this season. I guess he's kind of in a position where he's roaming and freelancing and trying to just cover whatever's open,
yep.
but it's taking him out from that playmaking ability type corner where you play center field and shit. But this guy has not been performing up to what we have
He's
always had. We all like Holland, but
the thing
you
is
know,
he's rated so high because they don't really attack him. And then when you do get a player in open space, he's trying to not trying, he's succeeding and bringing them down. So I just think high volume and tackling. He doesn't miss a lot of tackles to me. But to you, I hear different. But
no, miss tackling isn't the thing. It's just he's just
yeah,
not that impact safety. Like when I think of a fucking elite safety, I think Ed Reed, I think Palomalu, I think Rashad Jones, I think guys like that like have the ability to take a play away, make a fucking tackle in the backfield, get a huge sack, get an interception. Like we have not seen that this season from Javon. He's taking
Have you
a
need
huge step backwards.
have we
they're
needed
using him
it
different.
lately? Yeah,
It's not about have you
Yeah,
needed
they're
it.
using
We
him different.
our team, we've been in the games at home where teams are obviously throwing the ball, throwing. That means opportunities should be there. Why is he not making more impact plays? You want that
They're just
contract, right? You want that money, right? Wilkins is
they're
getting sacks.
I think
Wilkins
they're
is
just
showing
using
up
him
now.
different, like you mentioned. You mentioned it earlier. They're probably using him different. I mean, when we
I
had
remember.
Flores, when we had Boyer, it was more aggressive. They like to put their safeties in the box. They like to do all those blitzes. So
No,
I'm
Holland,
sorry, Martin,
Holland,
I cut you
Holland
off.
used to be center field. He used
Yeah,
to
but
be
that's the
center
thing.
field, so
But
he
you
was
We
should be
don't
getting
all
trust.
over the
box.
field
We
to
don't
me.
trust our free safety. So if we don't trust our free
That's
safety,
bullshit because Deshaun Elliott's been playing good ball too.
he's
Our
been playing
defense is
good, but
yeah, it's
obviously
not
they're
great,
saying
but
they're saying Vangio's not set in that position still. Like that's something they're still up in the air. But yes, yeah, he has been playing better than we expected coming into the season for sure.
is he even a top 5 defender that you're noticing on the field? No, you're
But that's
noticing
because
Chubb.
I think the D line's just stepping up too much, like to the point that you're not even thinking about the back end. They're just playing very well on the front end. That's probably why I would
Chubb,
say.
All
Wilkins,
right, guys.
Phillips, Van Ginkel, David Long's balling. Like
Yeah, but you're
Holland is
talking
like
about
a fucking
again, you're talking about everybody in the box. Like you said, they're getting pressure, so you're not going to see anything from a safety, maybe from a
Xavier
corner.
Howard has been shut
From a,
down this season.
I just said you're not going to see anything from a safety, but maybe from a corner. So
All I know is I need my safety to do more than just tackle the guy 10 yards downfield. That's all I'm saying.
no, what are you going to do, man? The guy's already 20 yards downfield, stopping the big play. So
Do something. Go get a fucking pick, at least.
moving on, moving on. What are your predictions for this weekend's game? Let's hear from you, Martin.
Yeah, I hopefully we get back into the groove of things and we run the ball. We make a balanced attack and we end this game 28-10. I'm calling.
Motherfucker. I was literally about to say that same score.
10 points. God, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
They got to get at least some garbage. They put up 10 on the Jets, at least. The Jets are a solid defense.
Jacobs, funny enough, he's the type of back that once he gets more carries in the game, he gets better and better.
He gets
If he
better,
gets
yeah.
to the 30, if he ends the game with a 30 carries, they win that game. Like those are the type of games they win when he has 30 carries. So hopefully that doesn't get to that point. But yeah, that's my call right now.
All right, so now
Let's
I
hear
got
it,
to shuffle. I got to shuffle. I'm going to go 31. Fuck it. I'm essentially Price is Right this guy. 31-10.
You're right there.
think
You're
the
right there.
Dolphins win convincingly this weekend. They're going to be out there in them black unis getting roasted. They're going to have they're going to be quitting by halftime. The Dolphins going to jump up early. It's going to be a coast. Easy coast by.
Drum roll, please. I have the Dolphins winning 27-0.
Oh my god. Every game 0.
27-0.
Every game.
27-0. We haven't gotten a shutout this season, so
So you're
defense,
just
like I said,
you're the guy
defenses
at
gotta
the
shut out.
fucking roulette table. It's like, bro, I'm gonna keep playing this one, even though I'm playing fucking 19 red. It's gonna fucking happen eventually.
It's gonna hit, bro.
Wait, do you know how hard it is to pitch a shutout? Oh, I'm sorry. Is it still? It's not pitch a shutout. Give a shutout in the NFL.
But I wanna ask you guys, since we mentioned at the beginning of the episode everything's going right for us this season.
Oh,
what will you guys do for a Dolphins Super Bowl? Let's hear this. The floor is open, guys.
Let me get it ready. I did it earlier. I'll do it.
Bro, no. Let's
Just a
move
kiss.
on,
Just a
guys.
kiss. Just a kiss.
Nah, but for real, we want to hear from you guys in the comments. What would you do for a Dolphins Super Bowl winning season? Go ahead and drop it in there. As always, this is All Fin. We'd like to say thank you. We're all in always with the team, the fan base, everyone. Guys, thank you. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you again next week.